Welcome back to BBC World News. Campaigners against gun violence in the United States are holding nationwide protests later today. They've been organised by a youth-led movement called March for Our Lives. It's in response to the primary school shooting in Uvalde, Texas last month. Well, gun control remains a polarising issue in the US, and earlier this week the House of Representatives approved a series of measures aimed at regulating the sale of guns. But the proposals currently fall short of the 60 votes needed for approval in the US Senate. Well, to discuss this further, I'm joined by Lonnie Phillips, the co-founder of Survivors Empowered. Lonnie, you lost your daughter Jessica 10 years ago in a mass shooting in Aurora, Colorado. We're coming up to the decade of Jessica's loss. Just in words, how do you describe your reaction to the latest losses in the United States of children?
My wife and I have been to 20 public mass shootings since our daughter was killed. The first one was Sandy Hook. We were in Buffalo, New York. We responded to that mass shooting. We were there for 2-3 days before we got the word about Uvalde, which is only 70 miles from our hometown of San Antonio. So we decided we could fly back into San Antonio cheaper than we could drive. And we deployed to Uvalde. We rented a car and drove back and forth to Uvalde for 4 days, meeting with officials and meeting with anybody there that could get us in touch with a trauma therapist, which we tried to bring into Uvalde as soon as we got there. We made some headway there, and we met with some of the families. It's like a bookend to the new town, where small children were mutilated by this awful weapon of war, the AR-15. Some of the children were decapitated with those rounds that come from that rifle. Awful.
Lonnie, you mentioned, of course, what happened to your daughter, to Jessica 10 years ago. You spoke about Sandy Hook. We remember then President Obama saying that things have to change. Once again, we're in this situation where we've got the House of Representatives approving measures, but it will be blocked in the Senate. Why do you think things can't change in the US?
I know why they can't change. The Senate has been bought, paid for by the gun industry. Any kind of pressure that's been put on them will be deflected because they're soulless. They don't care. All they care about is appeasing the gun lobby. So we were sitting in the gallery with the Newtown families in the Senate gallery after Newtown. We got a bill in front of the Senate. We got 54 votes to pass the background check bill, but it failed because of the filibuster. Same thing is going to happen again a decade later. It's disgusting.
Lonnie, we hear your passion and we grieve with you as we approach the 10th anniversary of the death of Jessica 10 years ago in a mass shooting in Aurora. Lonnie Phillips, to you and your wife, thank you very much for speaking to us. Lonnie Phillips, they're a co-founder of Survivors Empowered. Thank you.